very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf. Here today in Fleetwood for a return visit to Jobs Toys. Well, we've just got on the tram from Blackpool, about a half an hour trip up the tram line to Fleetwood, and got off at Fisherman's Walk, and we're now going to head into Jobs Toys and have a look inside. Yeah, return visit this year, really been looking forward to this one. So as I did last time, for those that saw the video, I'm just going to go around a few of the cabinets here and yeah, show you what's in stock at the moment. As always, some really wonderful things in here, and I have to say this is one of my favourite model shops that I managed to get to come into in Fleetwood, just north of Blackpool, and yeah, it's just got some wonderful stuff in here, so let's take a look around. Well, I'm going to start with some of the cars here. Loving the hot rods at the back there, the Gasser, the Woods Cookie, and then down here we've got the Firebird right at the end there. That's me just moving on, I'm trying not to get too much reflection. And 1967 Belvedere, and then moving down an Austin Healey at the end. You can see how good the prices are. Yeah, very reasonable. I just want to show you down the bottom here. I really like this idea of displaying your cars on these ramps. How fantastic are they? More of the lifts and ramps you can see in the bottom here. Yeah, £50. But what a great way to display your cars in this larger scale. Loving the little racer at the end here, look at that. That's very nice, I like that a lot. 135. 1/18 gas pump or petrol pump. Nice little beetle on the end here, and then moving up, that I think is absolutely stunning. I really do like that. 1933 Gasser, and the other one next to it, and lovely models. 65 Chevrolet. And at the top here, look, this is Pork Chops Chop Shop. Pork Chops Barn Find Boss, 1970s Ford Mustang. There's a brass model here of the Glipstone Colliery. Now, not going to focus on that too much, but I'm going to point out the cabinet it's in, because these are one of the products that the chaps here at Jobs Toys make on site. We're going to have a look in the workshop in a little bit, but yeah, these glass cabinets sort of can be made to a bespoke design, but they're all modular, but we'll come back to those. Right, just picking up where I'd got to on the cabinets. Again, many cars in here. Look at the Auto World Christine there. Have you seen the film Christine? With the possessed car, yeah. Oh, another Gasser down here. I tell you, there's some beautiful models. I really like that. That's lovely. That is really nice. And down the bottom here, I'm going to skip this shelf, come back to that in a minute, because I've just seen the 32 Ford down the bottom here. Now I've actually got 1/18 Gas Monkey, one of these. That's why my eyes got onto it, and yeah, it's one of my favourite models. A couple of models with tractors. Now, if you haven't seen it, I was at a local pub at the other end of the country last week, near to my home, for a steam rally. And there's lots of agricultural vehicles that turned out, and lots of tractors there, so yeah, do check out that video. And just coming back to the shelf that I missed out. 1974 Torino Cobra. I'll get a few more cars in here, diecast cars at 1/18 scale. I'm loving the Corvette at the back there, 1969 Corvette. Again, really reasonable prices. And this one at the front, the Dodge Challenger, convertible. Lotus Elise. Oh, and look at this. Pepsi Cola. I do like that. That's absolutely fantastic. That might be one for my collection. Yeah, I think that one might be coming home with me. I like that a lot. And another 32 hot rod over the back there. And the Cobra in here, let me just zoom in on the detail there. Yeah, I like that. I'll just show a few more of these cars. The Dodge Ram in the foreground. So when I filmed here last time, this is my third visit to the shop to film. The first one, I got a few hundred views and people quite enjoyed it. The second one went absolutely crazy, and it's been one of my most popular videos with several thousand views, so a really big thank you to everybody that watched it, and those that made comments about the shop, being very supportive of what the guys are doing here, and sort of the uniqueness, if you like, of this shop in the modelling world with all these collectibles. But for me, the comments that I got, some people said I was moving too fast, others said it was boring and moving too slow. So I'm trying to get a balance here, and hopefully I'm not going too quickly, and hopefully I'm not going too slowly, and I'm showing you as much that's in here as I can. And obviously you've got the opportunity, if you want to skip forward you can, and hopefully I'm going slow enough. If there's something you want to look at, you can pause and zoom in. Got these badges here. I'm just looking at the clockwork key in the middle there, wondering what that's for. Well, that's a little bit better, that's the glass out of the way, so I've got less of a reflection. Get a really good look at all the different badges and things here. I'm just going to come back up to look at a couple of the cars. Right, on to the next cabinet, and again got the door open on this one, so less of a reflection. You can see the pickup truck here, and the diorama just here with the Ford Mustang. And then again at the bottom here, some more collections of badges. This side, buses. Well, actually they're both buses. I thought one was trams, sorry. They are both buses. £4 each, 3 for a tenner. Look at the little Mustang there. Another gasser on this side, another 34. This one a 34 Ford Coupe. There's a couple of models here that I wasn't aware of, done by Oxford. These are the Messerschmitts, the little bubble cars. Now, if I remember rightly, isn't it? Am I correct in saying that the company started from basically using the glass from the canopies from the aircraft, and that's what led to the cars being this shape? Don't know where I heard that or read that, but I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. So moving over to this cabinet here, we've got some of the trucks at the back there that I've not heard of it, IXO, before. That's a new one on me. But just laughing with my wife here at the lorry. So on the way up here we passed a factory with 57 written on there, and we're telling the kids 57 varieties, but we actually looked it up, and at the time it was a bit of a fallacy, because Heinz actually had 60 when they went with that advertising campaign, and yeah, they've now got over 5,000. So yeah, 57 varieties was just advertising. It was never really a thing. Got all these old trucks here, these lorries. So this one here in the middle, I had this when I was younger. Had a tank on the back of it. I believe that's still in my cabinet upstairs. And yeah, I've definitely got these two. These can't remember which range they came from, but the little plastic cannon on the top there fired a little dart, and then this one, you push the little red bit on top and you can see the wings pop out from the side. And then these little guns over here, these little field guns, these are the ones that would fire matchsticks. So you pull them back, they've got a spring inside, and yeah, you could shoot your sibling with little matchsticks, as I often did. So at the top here, the classic 70s collection of postal vehicles. Not seen those before. As we move down, there's a couple of the James Bond vehicles. I'm just going to come down a little bit further, because this one here I'm very interested in. The Evel Knievel jet cycle, the ill-fated one from the Grand Canyon. And then I'm just going to show these little items over here from Hallmark. Now, all these little cars that you see here are actually Christmas decorations. So if I just show you on the top here, I'm just going to lift this up, you can see there's a little hanger on there for you to hang your car on a Christmas tree. Hopefully the sound didn't go strange there, because I had to move the microphone away from me. And just because they're here and it fascinates me, there's some bottles for sale. And yeah, some of these, I think this is one of them here. This one here, they've got like a little glass bearing in the top, and basically the bearing would be sealed with wax, and then you'd push the bearing in and it'd get trapped in the bottle. And yeah, bygone era. Vanguard's here, and the Hamley set, and then we've got some of the Corgi classics. Fab 1, the James Bond Esprit, the Aston Martin, and the JPS Formula 1 car. And I've said it before on the channel, you know, it's a sign of a different time there, where you'd put tobacco advertising on a kid's toy. This is here. Got the car carrier here with the gull wing doors on. Another classic from my childhood. And then as I move down, got some of the figures here from different Corgi vehicles. Again, just a few more of the bottles down here. Some really nice cars at the top. Quite a small scale there, and obviously quite collectible. This really is a wonderful place. If you can get a chance to come and have a visit in the shop, if you get the tram, you know, I'm staying in Blackpool, but I've got the tram right to almost the end of the line in Fleetwood, and this is just on the High Street here. And as I say that, the tram is just going past the window there. I don't know whether I caught it, but it literally travels straight past the shop, so very easy to find. Again, some more of these cars. I don't know what they are. I mean, they're quite pricey. I mean, they're £45, so they're obviously quite collectible. The Schuko motorbike here. God, I haven't seen one of those in years. Look at that Monkey Mania. Monkey's TV show from the 60s, a Corgi. In fact, I really haven't seen one of those in many, many years. Greenlight Kings of Crunch. I did collect these for a little bit, but unfortunately these larger ones, the boxes are too big, so yeah, I bought a few of them and then stopped, but I do like them. I mean, these are, yeah, classic monster trucks there. And look at this right in the middle here with all the engines. I forget the name of the Hot Wheels variant of this. More gas pumps. I bought a couple of these last time I was here at Jobs Toys, and I think they're wonderful little models. A few Greenlight collectibles at the top there, and just coming down, big RV on the side here, and again another one of those cars with all the engines. I just had a look underneath because it was frustrating me that I couldn't remember, and it is Corgi. It's called Dragstar. So as I say, very similar to the Hot Wheels one, but this is the Corgi Dragster, and the race car at the end here. About these awesome pickup trucks. Again, I'm just mentioning the video I did at the pub the other week, because there was a beautiful Chevrolet pickup truck there that I fell in love with. The ships here. That's a wonderfully detailed model. Look, £2. Couple of collectibles at the top there, but you can see here the laser scored wooden label, Jobs Toys. And again, this is another thing that they've got here. There's a laser cutting machine outside, a laser engraving machine, but we'll go and have a look at that in a little bit. Look at the street van over the back there.
Oh, you're okay. Sorry to mind it.
Suddenly got a little bit busy in the shop, so forgive the noise.
Church here at house, and we've come across a load of models, and I thought her husband was a military historian, so I don't know if there's loads of these quite dinky tank things, and also which.
This Greenlight caught my eye over here because I bought 1/8 model from Greenlight Collectables of a Kill Bill pickup truck, and yeah, I don't know why I bought it. It's one of those models at the time I thought would look really good, and I put it on display, and yeah, really not totally sure about it. Not a big fan of that one. Liking these ramps here. Look at these. Look. Again, to display your vehicle. How good's that? It's like a little Austin Healey at the front there. And another model of a pickup there.
We'll take the coach, the thing back to. Well, exactly.
Let's just see if I can get this without too much reflection.
Okay, yeah.
Because I bought a house to there, his kids went through perfect.
Ah, great. Hey, look.
Got some lovely models up here. Look at these.
I was looking at these before.
Loving the two at the end here. And then just moving down, we've got the Bavarian dumper truck. There's another one over here, quite a larger scale. And just looking at the models at the back here, I'm just going to zoom in. My camera doesn't zoom very slowly, so unfortunately zooming in and out's a little bit rapid. And I can make my way down to the one at the end here, because this is truly wonderful. Look at this. This one right at the very end. I really do like that. And yeah, those ones at the back there, each of those, 30 quid. Really reasonable. That's a really nice lorry at the front here. And a Mack snowplow. Mack clears the path written on there.
This is the way out of it. Right.
Indeed, more lorries across here. Look at the snowplow just in the foreground here. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Blackpool trams. Love the new trams, but I also, you know, the classic trams, the historical trams that go up and down the seafront. I just love seeing them. I love going on them. I love being around them. And it's just disappointing this visit to Blackpool and the area that they're not running. Yeah, hopefully they will come back, but it does sound like there's a, you know, Blackpool Transport need to probably assist in some way in getting those back on the seafront, because I've certainly missed them. But anyway, back to the models. These are the Corgi trams, and I've been collecting these for years, and particularly the ones from the Pleasure Beach and things that interest me. So at the top here we've got the Mystique tram, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Blackpool Lights, Blackpool Zoo. There's a couple of balloon trams on this side, and then further down here we've got the Sandcastle, sorry, down at the bottom there. Walls Ice Cream. I think this was the one that motorised the other week. So I took one of these static Corgi trams and put a motor inside it, had it running up and down on my railway. Got Eclipse, that's another Blackpool Pleasure Beach tram. And I think these are the Empire's ones. I believe one of those may be a Bruce Forsyth one, I'm not sure. But you can see the Empire down the bottom, and in fact that's the one that I did motorise. Now I recognise it. And yeah, I've got the Walls one ready to go. But you can see Blackpool Illuminations. And then we've got some of the Bachmann N-scale trams. I've not seen those in an awful long time. So yeah, the N-scale motorised trams from Bachmann. And down the bottom here, some of the Atlas trams. The Viva Blackpool, oh yes, and that's the Black Bruce Forsyth tram just there. Well, I'm just going to go back to these little ramps here because I hadn't picked up on it, and my wife just pointed out the FF on the front there is Force Fabrication, which is Jobs Toys printing service. So basically these are in-house printed, these little display ramps. And as I say, we'll go in the workshop in a little bit and talk around some of the printing equipment. And while I'm talking about the fabrication, I'll just turn the camera around and show you these trays. You can see Jobs Toys written up the side there, but yeah, on their side a display case, or on the ground, yeah, storage for your Hot Wheels or your Matchbox cars. Again, made in-house by the guys here at Jobs Toys. Laser cut, and yeah, very smart indeed. And you can see here all these different Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars, £1 each, 6 for a £5. All across the back there as well, look. Loads of cars there. Got the aviation archive here from Corgi. I'm just going to go through these because there's several shelves of the archive here. I love these models. Look, this one at the end here, the Mustang. And we're just going to zoom in. And a Hawk Hunter. Hawker Siddeley. I missed this one out because I panned so quick. The Lightning here, sitting next to its stand. I do think these are one of the better ranges that Corgi do. However, that said, I mean, if you're looking at these direct from Hornby at the moment, the brand new ones, the prices have just gone through the roof on them. For me, you know, buying brand new on these is pretty too expensive, but yeah, again, quite reasonable here. Not bad at all. Just panning across the models on the top shelf here, and then I'm going to just come down here and show you the display case. Again, something else they're doing in-house. I mentioned the display case earlier, but this is one of the other bespoke ones you can see here. And then the lorries around the edge here. These are, well, it's not a brand I'm familiar with, WSI, but they're wonderful models. They, yeah, fairly expensive, but they are very, very nice models. When I say expensive in terms of their price, I mean they're obviously quite collectible. Not something I'm over familiar with, but you know, these are ranging in the £100 mark, up to 175 for the one over the back there. So obviously it's something quite special. There's a few more of them down the bottom here. WSI. I'm going to have to look them up when I get home. Not a brand I'm familiar with. And there's a couple of containers. Iconic replications, these are. 1/50th scale. And these huge tyres sticking out the top here. And again, some more models from WSI.
Thank you very much. Good day. All right, cheers. Thank you.
Corgi Classics lorry at the top there for £35. In, I like this look, Yamaha pianos. Let's zoom in on that. That's quite a good fun model. Models of yesteryear. I don't know why these didn't really take off. They were really collectible at one stage, and then yeah, they just seem to have totally lost all of their value. I mean, yeah, my grandfather had a huge collection of these. I don't know where they went, but yeah, as I say, you see them in antique fairs and things, and yeah, certainly didn't hold their value. Don't know why. Heavy haulers lorry with the girders on the back here. More of the WSI collectibles. Now these are wonderful. Kenilworth trucks. By iconic replicas. There's a whole series of them there. Look at the detail on those. A slow plough. And some of the agricultural vehicles here. I'm going to film through the glass here. Hopefully it's not getting too much reflection. I do apologise if there is any, but got these models of the cranes here. Right, just panning across on these shelves over here. Techno, another brand I'm not familiar with, but you can see the lorries over the back there. And a whole selection here of steam lorries. I really like these. Yeah, £30 a piece. Coming back across, making sure I've got a good picture of them all. And there's a rather large model of a digger at the bottom here. That must be something extremely special. Another Kenilworth trucks. And this one here, a Mack truck. The military vehicle over the back. This
This one looks quite fun, look. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the operator inside the digger there. Got a brolly over the top of him, an umbrella over the top. Just going to film down the shop again because I can hear the tram going past. Yeah, see how close the tram line is to the shop. A couple of trailers, these are beautiful models. They're just superb. Aviation archive here, some of the larger models. Look at the price of these. Got the B29 Super Fortress there, the Enola Gay, £20. Wow. A slow plough model. I really do like that Peterbilt truck. Low loader on the top here. I like the low loader in the middle there, look, with the engine sitting on the trailer. And then down the bottom here, yet another brand I'm not familiar with, Diecast Masters. Right, moving on from some of the lorries, we've got some model kits here. Soviet heavy tank, Trumpeter the brand, not familiar with Trumpeter. And some military kits, you see some of the dioramas for sale here. Oh, I love that. There's some lovely models across here. Look at the dioramas, got the tank on the flatbed there. And yeah, a couple of dioramas over here. More military vehicles and some kits that are made. I say kits, I assume they're kits. I mean, they could of course be scratch built, but yeah, beautifully done. You see the kits in the background there. Again, Trumpeter. And at the bottom here, I remember they had some Linker last time. But takes me back to my childhood. So the plaster of Paris moulds to make the brickwork for models that you can put on your railway. And then just past this construction vehicle, got this kit at the end here. Terminal High Altitude Area Defence, Thiad. So yeah, hopefully that's picking up. It looks like I might have a bit of reflection on there. Wonderful model of a tank in the middle here, £145. And again, the Trumpeter kits at the back there. Some Italia kits. The Lightning in the foreground. Another diorama. Look at the vintage Rebel kit over the back there. The F-16, another vintage kit. Moving down to the next shelf, you can see the boats here in the dioramas with the water
beautifully modelled. Yeah, really makes particularly this one in the foreground very kinetic. Look at that. And the noise you may be able to, the microphone might be picking up, that's the 3D printer going just the other side of the wall here. As I say, we're going to have a look at those in a minute. A little bit dark in this cabinet, so hopefully not too much reflection, but again you can see the wonderful dioramas here and the vehicles for sale. Oh, I love that, look at this. The flying boat here. Oh, there's propellers on the top, hopefully the camera's getting that. Now I do believe this was here last time I came, which is the Tyrrell P34 vintage Tamiya kit there. There's a couple of kits at the top of the cabinet. Right, we're just down here, another aviation archive from Corgi. Look at that, £10. Reed's Transport. Golden Oldies Corgi. Remember those coming out. £20 each those are. And there's a couple of lorries just on the upper shelves. Moving on to the next cabinet. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because I've already done quite a few lorries. What's this one to the side here? It's got different Corgi brands on the side. Got the Chipperfield Circus, the classics, the racing. Yeah, all advertised on the side of the wagon there. I like that indeed. Yeah, that one might be going with me as well. Yeah, maybe I'll purchase that. We'll see. Little show trucks here, £20 each. And again, some more of the aviation archive down here for just a tenner. As I say, I'm just going to pan up so you can see all these trucks. There's not really too much for me to say about them. That one £90. A couple of classics here. Corgi to the larger aviation archive down there, £18 each. Corgi commercials, £15. Let's see some of the more of the trucks here. As I say, I'm going to speed up a little bit because I've already done quite a few of these trucks and lorries and some of the quite special ones. But Campbell's Express. Let you read the rest. I'm loving the is that a transformer or something on the back of that lorry? Quite an interesting model there. And just at the bottom here, B-17 Flying Fortress, £20. As I say, there are some very reasonable prices. Now, I did mention the Campbell's Express here, but I didn't spot this one over the back here. Look at this, Matchbox Collectables.
That's an interesting wagon there. So getting up in the tempo a little bit, going through some of the lorries here. Just trying to pick out some of the more special ones. Eddie Stobart lorry there in the middle, £25. Yeah. Look at the Corgi coach here. I love the Showman's wagon just here. Harris Amusements. Oh, and I went past the wagons here. Well, here's one I don't have from Corgi, the Dodgems in their trailer. Got these low loaders here, £25 each. I can't remember if they're made in house, I'll have to ask. But yeah, more of the sort of Scammell type Showman's wagons here. More Corgi classics. There's another one there with all the Corgi brands on the side. And then down the bottom here we've got Harris All-Time Fairground. And another one of these wonderful living wagons. I do like these. Corgi classics. What's this? Thornycroft and Ford Model T delivery vans. More of the aviation archive. That's the Avro York. £10 that is. More Corgi classics here. There's a Carter's wagon here that's seen better days. But this is a swingboat wagon, and those that watch the channel know that you know, I used to love Carter's Steam Fair. But no longer travelling, and the rides have all been rehomed now. Some more Showman's wagons here, and at the top the Harris Southdown Gallopers. Super Dodgems. Now these little signs here, Leyland, I do think I am definitely going to buy those because they look absolutely wonderful. There's a little memorial here to the workmen of Shap in, I'm guessing, O-scale. Dibner's Choice, one of the Corgi Fred Dibner range. Just in here, and you can see it's the tarmac wagon. Sorry, just checking that the one on top is the one from the Dibner's Choice. More Scammells. This one at the front here is a lovely little model. Siddle C. Cook Contractors. And then just coming to the end of the diecast section, there's a couple of Oxford bits and pieces, and yeah, finally this little Corgi Christmas tree transporter. So the top here I've got a couple of cabooses there, and then there's the Fleischmann monitor. I think it's a tachometer or something along those lines. I forget what they're for, I'll have to look it up, or maybe I'll put a caption in when I edit. Got some N-gauge scale models here, and another commuter train here, the Sprinter. At the back there, Great Western, Linear, and some more coaches down at the bottom. As I say, panning past the wagons fairly quickly. I think these are wonderful. So if you're not aware, I'm sure most people are aware, but obviously if you're not based in the UK, there's a station with the longest station name in Anglesey in Wales. Now I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but these wagons from Hornby actually have the station name on the side there, as you can see. I think it's the longest town name actually, rather than station name, sorry.
It's a loco there for 70 quid. And I went straight past all the nameplates here, loco names. Some more of the 3D printed items here. You've got skips and yeah, tents for camping. What's that saying? I used to go camping often, but I don't do it anymore because it's too intense. I really do like that. New York and Western. Langley Miniatures kit. Loco here, Pendolino, Virgin Trains. Some of the collectors' wagons down here. You've got the Father's Day there. And this one at the top here, this is the one with the third wheel in the middle that's on like that lozenges across. Some more American outline buildings here. Kestrel Designs, end scale models. Lots of Triumph wagons down here, £2 each. Just making my way up some Airfix wagons. That's some new Hornby items. No, I love the cars transporter over the back there. It's from the 1970s. Hornby release there. And the classic, I think that's the classic Airfix shed, it looks like it. I think it was Airfix or Dapple, I forget now. More of the American outline there. Kind of American outline logos here. Just making my way down. Pullman wagons and Cato Cantinery at the back there. Point Motors, and again some more wagons here. And just panning across to the next cabinet. Lima wagons. Graham's Parish end scale. And I do like the Rio Grande caboose. There's a couple of narrow gauge locos here. I mean, look at this one. It's built in-house 009 locos. And these Cato chassis. I've actually got a review coming up on these Cato chassis shortly. Bought one of those for a project I'm doing, so I'm going to do a review on those. Number of tank engines there. And some accessories, people, farming bits and pieces, a couple of scooters over the back. Just getting a shot here of the roundhouse at this end and then the other loco sheds. Lots of American outline stock here. Again, loving the buildings. I really do like these sort of American profile buildings. £10 each there. Hopefully not getting too much reflection. Just picking up on these 3 wagons at the bottom here. It's a sort of vintage Hornby set here, the freight hauler. And there's a range here of different Hornby locos by the look of them. The Backman outline at the end. Backman locos here. Hopefully I'm not getting too much reflection as I say, doing these couple through the glass, more roundhouse. And the coaling tower. We've got the church at the end here. They're moving on. Backman Easy Dynamics controller. There's another review I've got coming up on the channel. We've got Class 66 there, and then First Northwestern. God, I need to mind my pronunciation. There's top link wagons over the back there, and the furniture removal ones. The Virgin Trains shunter to that side, and then moving down there's various Backman and Hornby locos here. This one here, the Britannia class Venus, and then the Backman Tornado, and then down at the bottom here just some buildings. I say just some buildings, there's some great buildings down there. The crane, you see here the little GWR tank engine. Oh, and just to mention as well, the Hatton's release over here. Obviously Hatton's a thing of the past, but they're Class 66 there. Right, starting from the bottom shelf, we've got these plastic buildings that are all assembled here. Moving up, a couple of Slater's kits. Not done a Slater's kit yet, that's one I should do on the channel, I think. And then the tin plate wagons that if you saw, I did restored a Trix one the other day, so you know you can pick these up. I mean, look at these, £6 each, and well, these already look really good condition, but the ones I picked up were completely battered to bits, and within a couple of hours I had a nice set of cat coaches. So railways don't have to be overly expensive. And then we've got a lot of Wren locos here. I mean, that Cardiff Castle is in beautiful condition. In fact, all of these are. City of Birmingham over the back there, and the GWR tank engine. They are in lovely condition. I love the LMS over the back there. That's really nice. And just a couple of Backman locos at the top. And just while we're changing the cabinets over, I'm just going to show you onto the layout they've got in the middle here, the Union Pacific. So the Union Pacific sign that you see there, that's made in-house, but also can you see these little billboards or advertising signs? They're 3D printed in-house. There's another one here, you can see, and a little hopper on the side here, and so we're just opening and closing the cabinets there. And you see the buildings, American outline buildings. What a great layout. I've mentioned this a couple of times, I've filmed this one a couple of times, so don't plan to spend too much time on it on this one. Lots of some of the old Hornby wagons here. Now I love these, they've got such a weight to them and such a presence when they're on the track. I think they're absolutely fantastic, these old Hornby 00. And then on the next shelf up, beautiful condition coaches. Really lovely condition. And again, some more sort of crane support wagons there. And you can see some of the sort of tin plate functional cranes here. £25 each. They're again in lovely condition. Look at those. Then we've got some Wren locos over the back there. The standard over the back. Got a few Castle class locos here. We've got in the foreground Swindon. Just behind that is Embark Kingdom Brunel, and sorry I can't read the one at the back there, but might be Caerphilly Castle by the look of it. All of those in absolutely perfect condition. The boxes are wonderful condition as well. And then on this side, City of London, Dorchester, and another castle at the back there. Then we've got a number of laser cut wooden kits here. So these are sold as kits. Loving the signal box here, look at that. Lovely kit there, and this apparently this is a building that actually exists. I should have made a note of where it is, but the gentleman that makes these kits, this is a building local to where he's based. And the engine shed here. Now you can buy these as kits or made up. It says here the models are available to order either as kits with the instructions being mailed to you, or built out with basic painting leaving you to weather. And they are available in 2mm, 4mm and O gauge. So yeah, you've got them in N gauge, 00 and O gauge. A couple more kits here. Now I have to confess, I can't tell you what this one is. There's a picture of it there. I'd like to say something along a gantry crane, but it could even be a weighbridge. Not totally sure, but obviously you know, somebody will put in the comments what that is, or I might ask in a moment, put a caption in, that'd be an idea. And here we've got pit head. Again, you can see over the back there the picture of the actual item, and yeah, the model of the pit head here. So to give you some idea of the price of these kits, the kit is £28, or you can buy this ready made for £45. Lots of American outline locos here. And I really love these O gauge coaches. These are beautiful. Look at the teak set at the end here. Wonderful. Tricks train set. And just some Hornby track here. And just to say as well, as since the last time I came here, jobs are now stocking. We've got the Humble paints there, but also some of the newer Hornby track and accessories as well. I'm just going to pick up on a few of the collectibles here. So there's action figures and Star Wars. Hopefully not too much reflection. I'm not going to film these in too much detail. Again, more Star Wars at the base here. Some castles. Star Trek, if you're a Star Trek fan, and also the Disney characters. These were quite collectible at one stage. The little Disney characters in the Corgi cars, and the Disneyland Resort truck there. Hopefully the reflection's not too bad. I think it is quite bad here, so apologies. And Star Trek. Some more agricultural vehicles at the top there, and oh, I do like the tractors here. Look at these. Just over the back there. Let me just zoom in. Look at that 2 for a £5 model of the tractors. And just at the end here, Lego, good old Lego, the Land Rover, £50 there, and some of the vintage pneumatic sets. We've got the McLaren there. Right, so last row of cabinets here. Hot Wheels ID. Now I'm going to point out again the cases here. So these cases, these again are in-house, and you can see how they're modular design. So you've got these separate cases, and then should you want to, they then clip on top of each other to form like a rack for your extra special cars. We've got Greenlight Collectables in the back there, and all these different unboxed cars at the foreground. A Hot Wheels Special Edition here, again another 34, and over the back, what's that one over there running on empty? Johnny Lightning there. I do like the Happy Holidays one just over in the back corner. A little TGV in the foreground, Diecast TGV. Hopefully I'm getting that in the shot, yes. One of the 4-posted lifts down there that I showed earlier, but in a smaller scale. Lots of loose cars there. Just panning up. So many things to see in here. These are the ramps, as I say, made in-house. They're £1 each. If you're going to display your cars, a really new, novel way to display them. Johnny Lightning. in the Janet Jackson series from Greenlight. Again, more Hot Wheels ID cars, and again they continue over the back here. Really reasonable prices on those. I mean, the Roger Dodger there down from £99 to £30. Johnny Lightning cars. More Johnny Lightning and Barrett Jackson there, Greenlight. Hot Wheels at the end there, Mario Kart, and more of the holidays over the back. Some of the models here from M2 Collectables. I did buy a few of these when I was in the States. Some loose cars, and again more Hot Wheels ID just down at the bottom here. Little diorama there, and just making my way up through, again lots of loose cars in here, running on empty. I mean, if you're looking for a specific release, probably give them a call. May have them in here. See over the back there, Hot Wheels shop trucks. And again, Hot Wheels ID at the top. Oxford. Just make my way down through all these Oxford releases down here. And as I scroll down, we've got the New Holland release from Oxford. I believe they're Oxford. Some of the agricultural vehicles. Thunderbird 1. And the Eddie Stobart releases. That, I think somebody commented on my Oxford unboxing video. I seem to get one of those in every box that I buy. Making my way up past the Vanguards here. All of these unboxed lorries are £4 each. Another tram makes its way past the shop. Oxford Diecast. A few loose cars here, £2 each. Super Kings. And then just working down through here, we've got trackside models from Corgi and Ledo. Loose there, the Waltz van. And again, lots of trackside down here. Now this particular cabinet caught my eye, so we've got quite an interesting Majoretti bus at the bottom there. I'll just make my way up past the omnibuses. Oh, I love this. Look at this little red bus here, Corgi bus. Past these first editions to these releases at the top here. These are all from the KMB Hong Kong bus network. A final row of buses here. I'm just going to make my way down through them all. These Corgi originals, original omnibus. Another one here, Hong Kong Wonders. Down to the bottom of the cabinet. I'm not going to dwell on the larger locos here too long because there's a lot of reflection in the window, but this lovely shunter at the top here. We've got some of the Bachmann big haulers. There's some Lionel locos just in the foreground, and some of the track over here. But I'll just show you a couple of these. I really do like this, the Santa Fe shunting loco. What a lovely model that is. And the little Rio Grande 040. So I've actually just popped into the window display here because there's some collectible bits. There's some bits of N-gauge in here and some locos. But the main reason for coming in here is my wife is very insistent that I'll show you right down here in the bottom of this cabinet, the teapot. There's the Jag. She's fascinated by that. Well, I've mentioned a few times as I've walked around this false fabrications. So we're going to go and have a look at the machinery in a minute. Laser cutter and 3D printer. But main thing is that it's acrylic cases, you can see here, that you can purchase for your display models. Can be made to, as I understand it, to any size. We'll find out in a minute. And yeah, you see this sort of modular design. They actually stack on top of each other with the sort of the little frame at the top here. These top corners interlock into the box above. But the other thing they specialise in here is making bespoke, unique 3D prints. So you can see here, 3D printed mask, as you can see. And yeah. Well, I've mentioned the cases a couple of times, but there's some here in the workshop, and just wanted to point to this one here. You see there's corners in here with the little Allen keys on the corners. Well, these are actually the interlocking functions between each of the cubes. You can see how the cubes stack on each other. So you've got sort of got the option of either using the cube underneath as sort of the base to the cube on the top, or these little feet to form a separate cube. So there's sort of a modular design here for any shape and size to, I guess, to fit your model. You can see these two slightly taller cases here, or indeed these can be bonded together without the corners. Right, so demonstration here of the laser cutting.
Make sure the extraction's on.
Okay.
Quick check to make sure it's all within bounds. And now I do have to close the lid. Don't.
Is that better, or is it, am I actually better from here? I wonder if I'm better from there. Yeah, start from there.
Doesn't take.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. Fascinating to watch, and yeah, quite yeah, a little bit choked. Quite a very nice thing to do. Look at that dusty gel. Amazing. Right, so just coming over to the resin printer here.
That one's, so this one's got 36 minutes left on it.
Right.
One of the prints is...
We're just filming the machine. So resin printing is not something that I've ever tried. I've never got involved in it, but I know a little bit. So what you have to do is wash them and cure them. So
in here we've got a component that I've made for someone. It's a replica He-Man sword. At the moment it's just been washed, so it's covered in isopropyl alcohol. It's still got the supports on, but we can break these off quite easily. The next step is to cure that.
Perfect. Okay.
So I'm going to seal up this isopropyl because it makes a bit of a smell. Always seems a bit daft having just one small thing on this turntable. Set that to cure. secure for 15 minutes, and then I've got to flip it over.
And there's just UV light,
Just UV light.
which hardens the resin. And over here, your more conventional 3D filament printing in many different colours, and yeah, a very upmarket printing machine there. Puts my little effort to shame. I just want to show you these. These are made in-house. These little stackable units. Look at them, ideal for Lego or model making. Now, just talking to the gentleman here, you can purchase these, set of 10 for £25, and they already come engraved, you can see just at the top here. You can see these marks here, but you can have them engraved with your logo or your name on there as well, or potentially even, you know, maybe a certain Lego brick, you know, type of Lego brick. But yeah, 10 of these, £25. I've just come away from the laser cutter over there, back over here. I've just been playing with these, look, you stack them right up into a tower. And I'm running out of hands here. Let me put my microphone in my other hand. They're really sturdy. And let's say, I think these are, what a great idea. And just going to show you at the back here, little 3D printed base that Brickworks, and yeah, the two Lego models in the cabinets again. Very straightforward to put together. They just literally snap all four sides, or four sides and one base in there.
You don't really need glue because it snaps together, but if you're putting something heavy in it, sometimes just a little touch of glue can help.
A little bit of glue in there. Yeah.
Any plastic glue will do that perfectly.
Excellent. Look at that. A dusty shelf on there. That's fantastic. Yeah, thanks ever so much for the demo, and yeah, like I say, if you do want a set of these, give the shop a call. Well, what an amazing shop. I've had a fantastic morning in there, looking around all the display cases, and the shop goes from strength to strength each time I come here. This will be my third visit to the shop. First couple of times I have put videos on the channel, if you want to check those out. Hopefully this one's a little bit better, because the guys were kind enough to open some of the cabinets for me, and yes, I didn't get quite so much reflection, so hopefully you'll be able to see what's in there a lot better. Now, as you will have seen in as I walked around in there, all those new concepts that they come up with that they're making in-house. Really nice of the guys to show me around their workshop, their laser scorer and cutter, and also the 3D printing that they're now undertaking in there. And yeah, lovely to see them again and have a chat, and again, really big thank you for allowing me to film around the shop. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and why not check out the channel, lots on there, and if you can subscribe, I'll be really grateful. And with that, I'm going to wrap this up from Jobs Toys and just say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.